Hi everybody! Ciao a tutti! Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a super interesting and I think honestly very useful Italian verb. It's the verb rendere. This is one of those verbs that can sound tricky at first because it has many meanings, but once you understand how to use it, you'll start hearing it and using it everywhere. Okay? Stick with me until the end because I'll also share some idiomatic expressions with the verb rendere. And you know that I love idiomatic expressions. I think that they're the essence of a language. So, what does rendere mean? Rendere, as I told you, has several meanings depending on the context, okay? So, let's go through the main ones with examples in both Italian and in English. So, rendere means to make someone or something become something else. Okay? So, when rendere means to make, it's often followed by an adjective. Let's look at some examples. Questo film mi rende felice. This movie makes me happy. Il traffico mi rende nervoso. Traffic makes me nervous. La musica rende più bella la vita. Music makes life more beautiful. In English, you usually say to make, okay? But in Italian, we use rendere when something causes a change in you, in how you feel or how something is. The next meaning is with the idea of to return or to give back. So this is another very common use, okay? So rendere, to return something you borrowed or received. For example, ho reso il libro alla biblioteca. I returned the book to the library. Devi rendere i soldi che hai preso in prestito. You must give back, so return, the money you borrowed. You can also have rendere with the meaning to produce or to yield, to perform. So sometimes rendere means that something gives you a result, okay? Like it performs well or it produces something. Questo lavoro rende bene, with the idea of this job pays well. Questa pianta rende molti frutti. This plant produces a lot of fruit. Il nuovo sistema rende di più. The new system works better, or like with the idea that it's more efficient. The yield is better. How do you conjugate rendere? Now, we're going to conjugate it at the present tense and the past. You know that I love to focus on this. It's really useful. Repeat it with me. Io rendo, tu rendi, lui lei rende, noi rendiamo, voi rendete, loro rendono. Let's place it in a sentence. Io rendo felici i miei studenti. I make my students happy. Maybe, not always. Tu rendi la lezione interessante. You make the lesson interesting. Write a sentence with this. Let's focus also on passato prossimo. Rendere will use avere plus a past participle, which is reso. So you conjugate it like this. Io ho reso, tu hai reso, lui lei ha reso, noi abbiamo reso, voi avete reso. Let's try to create some sentences with this. Ho reso la casa più accogliente. I made the house more welcoming. Maria ha reso tutto il denaro. Maria returned all the money. Now, let's go into the idiomatic expressions with the rendere. Okay, you know I love idiomatic expressions. I really think that they're the essence of the language and they make you sound like a real Italian. So these are very common in spoken Italian, okay? They will make your speech sound just like more natural and fluent. You can have rendersi conto di qualcosa, which means to realize something. Mi sono reso conto di aver sbagliato. I realized I was wrong. Rendere felice, rendere triste, rendere contento, which means to make someone happy or sad. Quel regalo mi ha reso felice. That gift made me happy. You can also add impossibile and possibile, so rendere possibile or impossibile, meaning making something possible or impossible. For example, internet ha reso possibile comunicare in tutto il mondo. Okay? The internet made it possible to communicate all over the world. You can also have rendere giustizia a qualcuno o qualcosa. This means like to do justice to someone or something. La foto non rende giustizia al paesaggio, meaning the photo doesn't truly show, so it doesn't do the landscape justice, so it doesn't help to show how beautiful it is. Then you have rendere l'anima, literally to give back the soul. And this has the meaning like to die in a humorously or poetical way. La mia vecchia macchina ha reso l'anima. My old car has died, but truly it gave it all it had before dying. You can also have rendere grazie, which means to give thanks. Rendo grazie a tutti per il vostro aiuto. I give thanks to all, so to everyone, for the help. You can also have rendere conto a qualcuno, which means to report or to be accountable to. Let's look at an example. Devi rendere conto al tuo capo. You must report to your boss. Here is a fun little cultural tip for you. Italians often use rendere in an emotional or expressive way. I'll give you some examples of this. Mi rendi felice. Mi rendi orgoglioso. These are two very common phrases in Italian, maybe even in Italian songs or movies. And they just simply mean, oh, you make me happy, you make me proud, okay? Yeah, you know, we're very emotional sometimes. Now, here's a little tiny exercise for you. I want you to try to translate these sentences into Italian using the verb rendere, okay? You will find these sentences written here, and you can also find these same sentences with the answers in the PDFs that you can download for free by clicking on the link that you find below this video. It's completely free. If you are subscribed to my newsletter, you already have it in your inbox. Please feel free to write sentences with the verb rendere. Write them in the comments, and I'm going to be very happy to look at them for you and check them if necessary. I hope you learned something new. Please kindly subscribe to my channel. It's free for you and it helps me. Ciao a tutti, alla prossima. Un bacio. Mwah!